Hey y'all, welcome back to toya.dtv. Alright, so if this is your first time to my channel, I thank you for visiting my channel. Somewhere throughout the video, consider clicking that thumbs up as well as the subscribe button. Y'all, we are back for another Real Housewives of Potomac review. Season 5, episode 2, The Rumor Mill. And when this show started, we hear noises, we hear grunts, we hear moans and screams, and I'm like, I know they not about to show Karen getting nailed in that bedroom, because that is an image I don't want to see, nor hear, nor think. Too much. But anyway, that's not what's going on. Karen is with her trainer, and her trainer is working her out, and Ray is in the other room. He in the kitchen. So he hears some grunts and stuff. He come down, try to play with her a little bit, and then she finishes up her workout and the trainer leaves. So Karen is talking to Ray in the kitchen, and visually it really looks like Ray is disconnected. Period. Like disconnected. The whole time Karen was talking to him, he was looking at his phone. He was not bothered. Karen was trying to be nice. She's like, you know, it's kind of sad that you can't say those 3 words to me. And he really, you know, he still didn't say it. Well, if he did, they cut it out. But that's a very sad place to be. She even offered to make him coffee. He didn't want it. He's good. Again, it seems like he is totally disconnected, and that's a scary place to be. Then we see Monique meeting up with Giselle. Giselle says the reason why they're meeting up is because hell has froze over. I don't think so. They sit down and they're like, you know what? We have never had like a sisterly moment. We have never had a moment of just trusting each other. And I'm thinking, because Giselle, you messy. Why would anybody trust you? But everybody's not me. It's okay. Well, Monique wanted to be honest, and they were having an honest moment. So Monique says, you know what? I'm probably wrong, because every time I hear the name Giselle, I just say, oh Lord, here we go. I do it too. Giselle, oh Lord. Giselle says, we need to just be able to trust each other, and we need to be able to kiki and laugh. And I'm like, if you are talking trash about somebody, you're not going to kiki and laugh. Like, you got to correct your actions in order for the kiki and the laugh to happen. But anyway, Monique goes in her confessional, and she's like, it's about time that Giselle stop being a bottom behind trick. Be nice and making up. You know, she said she's a little easier to get along with when she's getting steady D, but she's one-upped me. She is getting the anointed D. Thank you, Lord, for the anointed D. Hallelujah. My God. So they start talking, and Giselle asks about Ashley, because she sees her on her post on Instagram and all, and she doesn't seem like she's doing well. And Monique explains that she's going through postpartum, and she has like ups and downs. She's really attached to the baby, and she feels like she cannot leave this baby. She cannot go outside. Something's going to happen to the baby. So she's in a panic. They say, you know what? We should have her a coming out of the house party. So guess who's throwing the party? Giselle and Monique working together as a team. They clear and talk about who's going to be invited, who's coming, and all of that. Monique wants everybody to be there because Ashley had previously mentioned that she deserves an apology from Candace. I think they both owe each other an apology. I think they're both like cutthroat, go below the belt, all of that. I think they both act just alike, and well, not just alike. There's only one brat, but anyway, everyone's invited. And Giselle, immediately after that, Giselle stirs the pot like Giselle does. Giselle says, you know, Ashley told me that when Charisse and Monique fell out, Candace went and tried to do everything she could to be friends with Charisse. They showed the clip of Ashley saying it, so I don't know. But anyway, Charisse and Monique are not cool because Monique won't answer that question in the confessionals. But guess who does? Guess who does? Yeah, Giselle. Giselle says that Monique and her personal trainer were getting a little too personal. They had been spotted out on the town several times, and they're getting a little too close. Apparently, Charisse is telling everybody. I'm not sure Giselle should have put that out there, but she did. Ashley and Dean. I'm so glad that Dean is starting to look more like Ashley. So she's at home, and her lactation consultant is coming in, visits her once a month so they can talk about why is she crying when the baby cries, and how to breastfeed, and why is she panicking, and all of that every time she wants to leave the house or go outside or whatever. The consultant says all of that is normal. You may be going through postpartum, and we can work you through that. You know, it's okay. Candace sitting down at a restaurant, and Dr. Wendy is walking in, and Dr. Wendy looks good. She looks good to just had a 2-month-old baby. They call themselves the Brown Girls. So she said when she went to go have her baby was out in 4 pushes. So that chick, she put up a video. She said, I had my last baby. Let me walk out this hospital in style. Flipped her hair and exited, honey. I was like, hey, more power to you. I love it. If you got confidence in yourself, people have no other choice but to respect it. I love it. So Dr. Wendy says that when she first met Karen, was at an event back in the day, and she says she doesn't understand why every time she sees her now, Karen always says, nice to meet you, if they've met before. And I'm like, I remember last week's episode, Karen said she was not impressed. That is a little weird. I don't know. Housewives of Atlanta, Giovanna from Clark, and Eva, I don't know you. I didn't know you. Yeah, I don't know why that's a thing. But anyway, Candace thinks Giselle and Wendy will actually get along well because they have similar personalities of royalty, grand, and all of that. And Candace says that, you know, Giselle is a little easier to get along with when her grass is being tended to. That's the second person that said that, so that's kind of funny. So we had this quick scene of Monique in her kitchen with the kids, and she was like, y'all ain't even asked me about my day. Y'all don't want to know how my day went? And Milani said, yeah, we don't care. That tickled me so bad. That tickled me so bad. That's just like kids. They say exactly what they're thinking and what they feel regardless. So then another quick scene, Robin's in the closet with her youngest son, and she's trying to pick out an outfit, and he's like, nope, 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 not that one either, nope. He's like, this is fun. And she's like, what? She can't believe that he likes nothing that she has. So I think he is super cute. Candace and Karen are at a winery, and the party invitation comes through to Candace's phone. Candace is like, we're hosting a party for Ashley's coming out of the house, and it's being hosted by Monique and Giselle. And she's like, what? Monique and Giselle together hosting this? I'm surprised I got an invitation. See, somebody like me, if somebody that I do not particularly mesh with invites me somewhere, most likely I'm not coming. But you know, Candace being Candace, she got an invite, she's showing up. She did say she would like to get a fresh start with Ashley. So everybody is hopefully coming in with an open mind to the party. She's going. Monique calls Ashley just to check in on her, like, hey girl, you still coming tonight, right? You not about to stand us up on this party? And Ashley's like, you know, yeah, I'm coming, but can I just bring him and keep him on me while we hang out? And she's like, yeah, no, you can't do that. Ashley is still going to the party. She's just nervous about leaving her baby. Giselle's sitting in a restaurant. Juan walks in. I do not know why Giselle she was looking so wrecked and nervous the whole time Juan was trying to talk to her. And I'm like, what the world do you think this man is about to say to you for you to be that nervous? She was all asking questions like, does Robin know we're here? You didn't tell her? That, like, she was in a panic, and that was kind of weird to me. Like, chill out. He reveals the news that, You know, they've been through their ups and their downs and highs and lows, and she was there when they hit rock bottom, and he is ready to get married. She's like, oh, thank you, that is so cool. And she was like, have you picked out the ring? No, he hasn't picked out the ring, but Giselle got his back on that. So he mentions, he asked Giselle, how are you and Jamal? And she's like, we're good. And he says, you know, he gonna do the right thing this time, because those girls are watching him, and he knows he can't mess up, because that's gonna scar them. And she was like, oh, he is very clear. I hope it works out. I hope nothing affects the girls. I hope everybody becomes happier than they are now. We see Candace coming out of her bathroom. She sits down. I just peed on a stick. What? I just peed on a stick. Let me tell y'all, I'm so glad that the producers did not drag that out. She said it. We found out immediately that she was not pregnant. I'm so glad. So anyway, Candace really had a moment and kind of admits to some things. She's terrified to become a mom because she doesn't want to make the same mistakes that her mom made with her. The only thing she takes care of is her plant, and that plant, Louise, looked like it was thriving to me. It was nice and green. I'm a plant lover, so it looks like she was doing all right. She mentioned something that was key to me. She stated that she sort of envies Ashley for being 100% certain that she wanted to be a mom. Y'all, that explains the whole ordeal last season about her being on Ashley's back, about drinking while she's trying to get pregnant and all this and all that. It was so stupid at first. She's envious that the girl is so sure that she wanted to be a mom. That's where it all stemmed from. So it makes sense now. Chris was like, yeah, I ain't too pressed about you being pregnant, because not much has been going on in the bedroom. And they bicker back and forth about he doesn't want it in the night, and he wants it only in the morning or something like that. So now Giselle is at the restaurant. There, she's setting up the table for Ashley's event coming out the house party. Monique comes up. Monique is in a cute little skirt dress. I think it's a skirt. So she brought her a Not for Lazy Moms basket. I think that was super sweet. Super thoughtful. Giselle is putting out the place cards for where everybody's gonna sit, and then Monique says, let's take away the butter knives. And Giselle is like, I think responsible people should be able to have their butter knife. She said, how am I going to butter my bread? And she's like, okay, yeah, I'll just take Candace's. So she took Candace's butter knife, and now other people start to arrive. Karen arrives, Robin arrives, and then they're waiting on Dr. Wendy and Candace and Ashley. So Ashley gets there last. Candace and Dr. Wendy gets there right before Ashley. So for some reason, when they sat down, Giselle felt the need to announce that they took Candace's butter knife. Like, why did that have to be an announcement? They just wanted to set the atmosphere so that they could say what they wanted to say. So Ashley comes in, and everybody greets and all of that. So she was like, well, this group is really like a sisterhood, and we really should be able to get past our situations. You got past your situation. Y'all got past y'all situation. Y'all got past y'all situation. But I think there's an elephant in the room between Candace and Ashley. I honestly feel like forcing people to apologize does not work. If they say it, it's to shut you up. Like, forcing an apology just does not work. Everybody's grown. So anyway, so everybody's just kind of talking, and Ashley's talking about how she got to get Botox in her anus because it ripped and all this stuff, and they're like, no. Abort conversation. So Ashley asked Candace how was her 1-year anniversary party, and she was like, it was good. And Monique was like, I was dodging I think she said a mule or something like that. I was dodging a donkey, or what'd she say? I can't remember. She said she was dodging something, and she's like, oh, you're talking about Charisse. So I think Giselle is wrong for the timing of that, because Monique is, she's like fueling right now, because she's just learned some more information about Candace, who is sitting there in her face right now, and she can't talk about what's on her mind because she's here for somebody else. So she's just kind of stewing. And when she said she was trying to dodge the walrus or whatever she called her, Candace said, I did not know y'all had that much beef. And Monique said, we'll talk. She was like, in the confessional, she was like, what? You got beef with me? What? Honestly, some of it could be hearsay. You know, you just never know. Like, you just never know. But anyway, pretty much after that, Monique was in like kill mode almost. She was like, you know what? She was like, have you been on a honeymoon yet? And she was like, no. She was like, you should have took that money from that party and went on a honeymoon. That's what y'all should have done. And used no condoms. No condoms. So Dr. Wendy was like, you didn't have a honeymoon yet? She's like, no, I didn't have a honeymoon yet. Y'all use condoms? How you gonna consummate your marriage? Wendy is funny to me. She a little mouthy, but she funny. I'm all right with the new girl, you know. And then she, you know, they were like, with no condoms. You use condoms? Well, you use the pull-out method. You use the pull-out method. You use the pull-out method. And Dr. Wendy said, Karen, you have sex? I'm like, and Robin goes, was that thought supposed to be in your head? No, it wasn't. She put it out there on purpose. So they asked Giselle, what does she do? Giselle said, I mind my business. Giselle minds her business when it comes down to her business. That Jane be on the hush. Monique said, nah, because you're fornicating with the pastor. You know, they try to force the apology or whatever, and they're like, Robin's like, you know what, we should just be like, let's agree to disagree, let's get past all this stuff. So after they mentioned that they had there was an elephant in the room, so Candace was like, you know what, I would like to have the opportunity to get a clean slate with you and to start over, but not in front of the ladies. And Giselle was like, you didn't even congratulate her on the baby? And Ashley gets wound up. I don't need her talking about my baby, the one that she said I wasn't really trying to have, and da-da-da. That opened a whole nother can. When people are apologizing to each other, everybody need to be quiet. Let them people talk, and that's it. So Robin jumped in it. Giselle jumped in it. Like, it was just too much going on. And at the end of the day, Candace felt attacked, and the show goes off. She's like, F all y'all. It would not have been an attack on Candace if other people wouldn't have jumped in. I do feel like they attacked her because they wouldn't shut up. Like, at some point, you gotta close your mouth so that something can get resolved. But they was just pouring fuel on the fire, and Candace blew up. And I can see why. It's like, the situation was not that serious. But anyway, like I said, Ashley and Candace both bicker with each other back and forth. They love each other, hate each other, love each other, hate each other. So let them do them. They'll apologize when they get ready to. They grown, they will figure it out. But anyway, y'all, that was it. Real Housewives of Potomac, episode 2. Y'all, I'll be back next week. Peace.